Well, hi, everybody. Mindy Audlin here. It is What If Wednesday. This is the day of the week where we come together as a community to brainstorm, to share ideas, to share wins, to share challenges, to share obstacles, and to support each other at every step of this amazing journey that is life. All right. So, wow, we've had some really cool things happening in the community this week. I want to do some shout outs. I also have some what if up requests that we're going to talk about together. I want to start with a shout out to Marianne in Denmark, who posted a video inside of our community this week in English. Her first video to share in English. So, first of all, Marianne, thank you for your post. Thank you for sharing kind words about the impact that the book, What If It All Goes Right, has had in your life and sharing that. And thank you for the courage to jump into our community and do something you've never done before, right? So kudos. That takes some courage, and it also takes some incredible intelligence and skills to be able to jump in and post something in another language. Wow, that is like really remarkable. Thank you for honoring us with your comments and your presence inside of our community. And to all of you who are posting and commenting and sharing, post your photos, post your videos, just tie in something that you've learned from the book, What If It All Goes Right? Tie in some possibilities. Maybe you have some wins from applying some of the ideas from the book. This is our chance to practice using these tools, to reach out for help in using these tools, and to celebrate the good things that are showing up in your life as you put some of these practices into motion in your own life. So thank you to all of you for being part of this community and for lifting each other up. So I have an idea I want to share with you. But first I want to do some what if upping. So let me scoot over to our community. First of all, thank you, Andy, for posting a really fun graphic with the possibility, what if it's time to get your hopes up? I just want to play with that a little bit. What if now is the time to get your hopes up? What if the best time to get your hopes up are the times when everyone else's hopes are being stifled? What if that is the time to be intentional and conscious about the thoughts that we're thinking? And what if that is the time to look for those places where hope is alive? What if this is a time to generate those ideas that bring hope to situations that others may find hopeless? What if that is what it means to be an innovator? What if that is what it means to be a thought leader and a visionary? It is to be a person who can find hope and possibility and light even in the darkest of circumstances. So what if now is the time to get your hopes up? What if this is not the time to give up on hope? What if this is not the time to step into pessimism and cynicism? What if, more than any other time ever in history, this is our moment to choose optimism, to choose positivity, to choose to step into a vision of what would happen if everything went right. So thank you, Andy. Andy is one of our certified What If Up coaches. She is phenomenal. One of the things I'd love to share about Andy is that she understands the spiritual principles of prosperity in a way that I know I hear lots of people teach spiritual principles of prosperity. Andy is living them and breathing them and bringing them to life through her business in a really exciting, fun way. So thank you, Andy, for being one of our certified coaches and for your presence inside of our community and for bringing some fun and some inspiration and some possibility into our community this week. All right. I also want to do a shout out to LeMay. LeMay, great to see you. Thank you for posting inside. Every Wednesday I pop in and I say, hey, what are you working on? What can I what if up with you? And here's what LeMay says. LeMay says, what if I used extreme self-care? So let's play with that idea. What if today we step into extreme self-care? What if by stepping into extreme self-care, we're actually being extremely gentle with ourselves? What if extreme self-care is being extremely balanced in the things that we put our attention into? What if extreme self-care is about being extremely diligent in maintaining our boundaries? and being intentional around the things that we say yes to and the things that we say no to. What if extreme self-care is about saying yes, full out yes to the things that light us up? What if it's about saying yes, full out yes to the things that are leading us toward the fulfillment of a deeper purpose for our life, even when it's challenging, even when it's difficult, maybe even especially when it's causing us to grow and to expand? And what if extreme self care is being gentle with ourselves? What if it's looking at that internal dialogue and noticing when we're being unkind to ourselves? What if extreme self care is about being extremely diligent about the thoughts that we permit to inhabit our mind? What if extreme self care is about refusing to entertain ideas of limitation, of self judgment, of other judgment, right? What if self care is about stepping into the fullness of love, loving yourself, loving others, loving the situation that you are in, and loving what you are able to create from this now moment, because you know that you know that you know that you are a co creator in this world, and that you can co create through the universe and through our relationships and through our communities. We can co create amazing things together when we dare to believe. So thank you, LeMay, for that possibility, and love to hear what other ideas and possibilities you have as we are what if upping that today. I am excited to be able to interact with you every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, just about every week that I can, every week that I'm here. We pop in and share possibilities. So here's the idea that I want to share with you for this week. And this is an idea that really taps into the power of showing up, the power of being in community, and the power of engaging with a small group of committed people. My favorite quote is Margaret Mead, who says, "Never doubt that a small group of committed people can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." And so what is your small group? Who are the committed people that you surround yourself with, and what are you working on together? What are you sharing with them? What is your goal? What is your vision that you are sharing with this small committed group? What is your shared vision for what you're creating together? And if you're scratching your head and thinking, I don't know, well, good news, you're in the right spot, because that's exactly what we do here in the What If Up Club. This is a tool. What If Upping is a tool that you can use to shift your mindset and to get yourself out of a funk, to get yourself unstuck, and all of those wonderful things that you can do on your own. And if you dare, if you are courageous enough, if you are caring for yourself extremely so that you know the value of being around others who are like-minded, I encourage you, if you have not already, connect in a small group. And that small group can be as simple as sitting around the dinner table with your family, sitting around the conference table with your coworkers, sitting around the picnic table with your friends after a long hike, sitting in a circle after church and talking to people. This is a tool that you can use in community. And one of the wonderful, beautiful things about using this tool is that it puts us in a consciousness of clarity. It puts us in a consciousness of contribution, sharing ideas with each other. And it puts us in a consciousness of receiving. So it's not like, when you go to a class, there's this person in the front, rah, 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 and everybody else listening, receiving. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love learning new things too. But there's something different about being in the room with a group of people that are committed to giving and receiving, understanding that I have something to give and so do you, and I have something to receive and so do you, and being curious about what that thing is and how I can contribute to you and how I can receive the gifts that you have to offer for me. It is a beautiful, mind expanding, consciousness expanding exercise in love and support and contribution to each other. So that's what we do. And if you're interested in bringing that into your coaching practice or your speaking practice or whatever that might be, our certification program is open. Just put certification in the comments. I will DM you with details on that. The main idea I want to share with you, though, is this idea that whatever challenge you're facing right now, whatever goal you have that you're not quite sure how to get to, or whatever vision you hold that seems maybe impossible or beyond your reach, whatever problem you might find or hurdle that may be in front of you, consider the possibility. What if the answer that you seek is in the room? I tell this to my clients all the time. The answer that you're seeking is in the room. What does that mean? That means get your people into the room. Get your friends into the room. Get your network into the room, because the challenges that you're facing, the answer is in there somewhere. But you don't find it. You can't extract it unless you identify what is the thing that you want, and then communicate that thing that you're trying to create, and then allow the space for those opportunities, those solutions to find you. It's a simple concept. What if the answer to every challenge we face right now is just a matter of getting people in the room with the intention of solving those impossible problems? So carry that with you. What if we carry that idea? What if we carry that idea out into our week? What if that gets us out of the house and into classes and workshops, and gets us into the gym, and gets us out to the park? And what if it gets us in with our friend group? What if it gets us to that hot tub party? What if it gets us out of our solitude and isolation? What if it gets us into relationship with others so that we can have meaningful conversations, so that we can share what we're working on with the people that we trust, that we care about, and we can find out from them what they're working on and find ways to help them, even if it's as simple as sharing an idea and a possibility. What if that's what we're here to do for each other? What if the answer's in the room? What possibilities do you have for that? Put your what ifs in the comments. And if you have some what ifs for each other, share those as well. If you have a challenge, if you have a desire, if you have a goal or an opportunity in front of you and you want to what if up it, you can post it in the comments. You can also start your own post and generate some conversation around that as well. We're here for you 24/7. Wonderful thing, the internet, right? Most of the time. So thank you for being here. Thanks for being part of our community. Thanks for joining me for What If Wednesday. I can't wait to see you next time. Take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.